Hello again, and welcome back to Improving at League of Legends, Episode 6. Today, I'd like to try out a new style while commentating my gameplay. In an effort for a smoother watching experience, I've already watched the replay of my game here, so I can give a more streamlined review. By doing this, I hope we can get a more clear understanding of what my strengths and weaknesses are. What do I do well? What do I suck at? As always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Let's get onto the Rift. In this game, we are Varus with a Lulu Support, up against a Jhin with a Zyra Support. Here's the game plan. 1. Avoid poke. Zyra Snare into Jhin Root can be deadly. 2. Play max range. We're Poke Varus, so we want to focus on hitting the enemies with our abilities to poke them down, with Arcane Comet and Lethality. 3. Trade around Zyra Snare. 4. Let them engage on us. They benefit more from elongated trades than we do. We trade better than they do in short engages. So we start off with a clean leash. It's always important to take care of your jungler so he feels inclined to gank you and starts off the game in a good mood. So now Jarvan's coming in for a gank here, and we're not in a great position to set up for it, but it gives us some pressure nonetheless, which is nice. So we landed some good poke on Zyra here, but right after we get Zyra snared into Jhin Rooted. Since we're playing at max range, it's not that punishing, and we're far enough away from Jhin that it's not a huge issue. But if we were playing any closer, we could have been in serious trouble. We probably didn't need to heal for Lulu here, because she has a shield that would have been enough to prevent her from dying, but it's an okay decision to ensure the safety of our support. In general though, we want to be more selfish with our summoner spells, to make sure we are as strong as possible. Lulu will always be relevant because of her amazing utility, but we're only useful as long as we do damage. And this is another spot where we're kind of saving our support from taking extra damage here, but we do a good job with our abilities to just zone the enemy, so when Lulu is caught, so that's good to point out that we're doing well there. So, we did not need to flash here. I had no mana and therefore no way to kill Zyra since she was already running away, and I would have needed a Q or E to be able to finish her off there. It was a total waste of a summoner spell, and could have used it literally 30 seconds later here to secure the kill onto the Zyra. But let's see how it plays out. If I'd had flash there, I could have just flashed and autoed her and she would have died. So I'm going to back up here shortly, and I have a little bit of extra gold, so I pick up a faerie charm. I've seen a lot of high elo players do it early, and it's a very gold efficient item for the amount of mana regen it gives. And Poke Varus is incredibly mana hungry, so anytime we can pick this up, it's a good idea. Okay, so here we did a good job of recognizing that the enemy was going for the dragon, and we grouped with our team to focus them down. We got a double kill onto the Zyra and the Nunu. It also gives us a free dragon. And so this one is a subtler mistake, but I did a good job of recognizing that I was in a 2v1 and used my ultimate to peel the bigger threat away from me to give time to run back to my team and set up a kill on the Jhin. I shouldn't have pushed up so far by myself though, so it was a good play that made up for bad decision making. Okay, so here, I did a good job of catching out Zyra with my ultimate. I placed it so she'd have to flash out or go toward the river, where we could potentially chase her. Lethality Varus has a lot of burst, so I was able to make quick work of her. Alright, at this point, Zyra seems a little bit tilted and she runs into us a level down without her Jhin. She's inting. Now at this point, I do a good job of avoiding the Fizz gank. As long as he doesn't hit me with his ultimate, I should be fine to get out of here. So I just wait that out, and I don't even have to blow flash. And then my team comes to back me up. So we can turn this into a double kill onto the Zyra and the Fizz. Which sets us up a free dragon. The spiral of consequences, my friends. The spiral of consequences. And then after this dragon, I run mid just to make sure that this wave crashes. And then I set up a back. So we're in a good position at this point. At this point, I'm hugely ahead, and as long as I play safely, this should be an easy win. Zyra continues to int, and Nunu doesn't seem to realize how fed we are. We'll see that in a second. So he only has Cinderhulk, and I have almost 2 of the full lethality items. So he just implodes. Now coming up is where I could have thrown the game pretty easily. I decide to int into Fizz, because I'm by myself in the mid lane against an AP assassin, and I'm a squishy target that doesn't have an ult, and I have no MR. I need to be more aware of how the rest of the team is doing, so I'm more aware of the threats to myself. But we go back to playing safely, and the enemy here gets a little bit tilted. Believe we double kill them, and then they surrender. So, this was a pretty straightforward game, and by playing to our game plan, we were able to pull out the win and learn some new things. The key things I noticed about my gameplay from this match were as follows. 1. Be more selfish and less impulsive with my summoner spells, and try not to waste them when there's no need to use them. And 2. Try not to push up by myself. And 3. I did a good job of pushing in the waves before backing when it was possible. I should keep an eye on this to do it consistently, as it is key to timing my backs well and preventing me from getting zoned out of farm. And that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this commentary on my League of Legends gameplay as I work on making my way to Platinum and above. And please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you think of the new style.